Good morning, YouTubers. Welcome to Spy Money. What a great night I had. Hello, Deb. I went to bed about 9 o'clock last night, and I could not hold my eyes open. Toothpicks did not even work whenever I was trying to hold my eyelids open. So I get up about a little after 12:15 or so, and I'm wide awake because I usually only get about 4 hours sleep, so that was pretty close. And we did a live YouTube last night. I actually had a few people on here, and I was really excited. Did we call this one or what? This was perfect. You had a complete bear flag. And ladies and gentlemen, this is not an April Fool's joke. This is real life. We had our poll, we had our flag, and now we have a start of a new poll, which is actually would be like this right here. Where are we going from here? If you've watched the YouTube video I made last night in the middle of the night, I think it was around 2 or 2:30 in the morning. And if you watched it, you already know a little bit about what we're thinking or what I'm thinking. And if I can get this thing to work, this is not going to start off not my day this morning. If we do pan this down, we've got a couple places that I think we could go. The first one I think will definitely hit the 2353, but based on past history charts, the chart we're in now, I believe we're going to go further. And let me move back to how I'm coming up with this. Is this line right here is the top of this bear channel before it dropped. This one is the top of the bear channel that we're in now. This one is the bottom of the pole where it come down and stopped the 2174. That's our low that we had. And then this one is the same distance, pretty close, as this one and this one. These two are about the same. This one comes up 964. It's the spot I measured. This one's 924. So let's just call it 900 points. So you're about 900 points apart. That would put us coincidentally down at this fib. Will we go there? I don't know for sure, but you know what? With the way the market is right now, with everything shutting down and the business, you can't even go anywhere except a grocery store and a gas station. Other than that, it's shut down. And so saying that, I believe that we're going to go ahead and continue to come down to 1700 area. This fib is on 1709.28, which is, it's measured in 2550 like that. That's what the ticks are. But I believe that that's where we'll end up being. The only thing that would stop it from doing that is the federal government stepping in and pumping more money in. My understanding is they're pumping in something close to $100 billion a day, but that's supposed to stop on, I believe that the person in our group said Thursday. I think it's 85 billion, and then they're going to slow that down to something like 60 or 70 billion on Thursday. So right now, this is not dropping fast enough because the federal government is actually involved on it. Now, I understand why they're doing it, but what I don't understand is who's going to pay for this. All that money that they're pumping into the market, where's that money coming from? Well, the government uses taxpayer money, and when they don't have enough money themselves, they just print off more. So they say they don't, but you can't tell me they don't, because our debt, if we didn't owe what we did and we had a positive bank account, then I would think so. But right now, we're pumping money into something that's kind of borrowed money. They're just making new money. So that causes inflation. That inflation is going to kill us later. Right now, everybody's happy about getting that check. I won't get a check. I make too much money to get that check. So I won't even see any of this money that they're giving out to everybody. I'm happy that they're actually helping people, but at the same time, it's not the government's, it's not their responsibility to take care of us. Good morning, Lewis. It is the responsibility of ourselves to save for a better day. Americans like to spend all their money instead of saving it. As soon as they get a little bit of money, they just want to spend it. And at times I do the same thing, but I do have money put back for a rainy day. And I have money coming in from other sources other than just a regular job. I actually don't have a regular job. I've been self-employed for 28 years, 29, something like that. So I haven't had a job in that long. I guess it's a job, because but I paid myself, so call it what you will. I don't actually work for anybody. So I believe that we're going to come on down. In our Discord group, they were a little concerned about last night was this right here. They thought that it was just going to reverse and come up. Well, that yellow line, that trend line, is a support line that was made off of the weekly chart. And if we look at the weekly, let's see here, there's this line right here. That's what we're looking at when we're looking at that chart real close. We are going to break that again, and we did break it the first time. I didn't think we would at that time, but we did. So we went across it right here. We dropped, based, and we dropped again. Now we're basing again, and we're right along this resistance line. We keep coming up and hitting it, trying to break through, but there's too many sellers, and they're going to push us down. As you can see, we have that 15. That's what that purple line is, a 15 exponential moving average. So we're staying underneath that, and as long as this line is coming down, then it's going to push these candles down. So right now, it's just a matter of any minute now, this is going to drop more. And if you look right here, you'll see that just doing one on this line, that 15, comes out to right here. So it's coming down. It's actually in a downward trend. Eventually, here real soon, that's just going to drop out. So when that drops out, you'll see our puts going to work. Now, in our group, we are loaded up on puts. Not everybody, but the majority of us did. And there was times that we wanted to get out of those puts because as soon as we bought them, the market kind of spiked up on us. And right here. So we started buying puts on, we started buying puts right here at this top because we knew that it was going to drop. The problem is these puts, when it come down, at about 8:30 or so, the market rallied up and it made our puts go to waste. Well, there was a lot of people that bought calls over in here, and the people that bought calls, their premiums went to nothing too, because when this went up and dropped, that dropped their premiums down, and that barely came up. So even right here, their calls were worthless. And then we started consolidating. So calls and puts, just the premiums went away. So we were losing on both sides. We had calls long term, and we had some shorter puts because we had planned on just getting rid of them like on Monday. But we still have time. We didn't buy like a week expiration or nothing. The people that bought a week expiration on puts, they're just going to go to nothing probably. Because if they bought them here, this right here just killed those puts altogether. So we teach all that in the Discord channel. If you're not part of our Discord channel, hop in. There's a link down below. Click on it. Get signed up. We teach these principles of why what I just said happened. So another thing that we had is this is a 1 or 15-minute chart. We had a head and shoulders right here. So we knew this was going to drop, but I actually thought it was going to be, probably early this morning that it would do, like something like after midnight. That's when I thought it was going to drop, but it actually dropped sooner. The feds are involved on this because they keep on stopping. It's not halting, but they keep stopping the market from moving. It's like 2 or 3 times yesterday before Trump spoke. Last night, I don't know if it stopped at all last night because I didn't watch it all. I was sleeping some. I actually went back to bed after I made that YouTube channel and slept me a couple more hours. I feel good now. But right now, we dropped, we based, we dropped, now we're basing. We're getting ready to drop again, and it's probably going to be on this candle here. So we're going to keep on going down. I'm going to keep making money on it, so I'm happy about that. Sorry for the people not making money, but if you were in our Discord group, then you would have known what the play was, and you could have got in, and you could be making money with us as well. Go to gold. Gold is getting ready to drop out again. And if you look at this, gold, watch the video from last night, the one that says Maine doesn't sleep. Watch that one, and I talk in detail about gold. I'm not going to do it again. I don't want to keep the video that long. But you can see here, this is, it's pretty close to there. If you come on down to there, yeah, I could go along with that. Even though this popped out, we still had some touches right through there. We had these touches, and then we with these. So that is creating a descending triangle. Now, if we go back to last week, I'll show you in a minute. This same pattern was working a week ago. Let's see if this 15 will do it here. Yeah. So see how this is? This went from right here and went all the way down. It's practically the same pattern as over there. See if we can get those together. Let's see here. It won't let me get... Nah, it won't let me get them. But look at that one right there. Let's see. If I do this on a 30-minute, might be able to get them in together. Let's see. Go to 30 time. Do a 20-day. There we go. So see how this spiked up and then it kind of sold off a little bit. This one spiked up and just been selling off. We're coming down to this same line here, but see this one dropped out, rolling through here and down. But if you look at this, we are on lower highs than back over in here. So if you look from here over, see that? We're lower there, and now we're lower again. This is hitting that, and it's going to drop out again. So what we're looking for is for this to break this channel. Right now, the get back to a 15 again. Right now, this one's coming down at a good decline, and we would need it to break this yellow fib, which is 1589, and then we need it to break this purple channel. Now that's a type of descending wedge if you work off of this channel, but I don't really see that as the play because this is actually playing part of a channel, and I think this is just trending down to bust out of this flag. That is a bull flag that we have, but the problem with having that bull flag right here is the market is selling off and gold has been following the market. They've been going together. So even though we have a bull flag here, I still don't think that that's what's going to happen. You can just see there that gold just dropped pretty good. So I believe it's going to break through this purple line and then just take off and just going down. I think the bottom for gold long term, I think we're going to be in the 1200s, down around through here somewhere. This is the bottom of the pennant. So if we go back and look at a weekly chart, then you can see right here's where we are. And the 1234 is actually rolling through here. So if this drops straight down to here, which you can see that it's almost straight down to come over. From here, that's 1126 all the way over to here is, that's less than a month from right there to here. It's about three weeks long. We are not that far away from this, so therefore this drop could easily happen this week. So I believe that if not this week, by next week, I think we're going to be down in this area right here. We've only got 3 days left this week, but they can easily drop that in 3 days, easily. So I'm thinking that probably by the end of this week that all of our puts will be sold off. I'll probably go ahead and keep some just for long, over the weekend to see what happens. I'm willing to give up a little bit of money to try to grab a little bit of money over the weekend. Then again, I may go ahead and sell them. I'm not sure what I'll do. If you're in our Discord group, you'll know what we're going to do, because as soon as I decide what I'm doing, I'm going to announce it, and then everybody can do what they want to do. So we have crude oil. Crude oil shot up yesterday, come down, but this right here is a weird pattern. It's not really a head and shoulders because we didn't have the incline here and come up, but it's almost like a head and shoulders, but it's not. Not really sure what the pattern is. I do know that this right here is our support line. I think crude oil is being bought up, probably helped up by possibly the government. They haven't said that, but I'm surprised crude oil has not dropped down to the 1500s. What I'm looking for it is probably the 1556. I think that it'll probably drop down to that and then come on up. It is said that if there's less than $20 a barrel, that they can't make it. They actually lose money to make it at $20 a barrel. So right now they're losing money on it. And coincidentally enough, it's $20.48 right now. So that's really odd that they're barely breaking even. But a business can't stay in business breaking even. And we have the dollar. It's starting to go back up again because the ES is going down. When ES drops, the dollar goes up. Things are starting to get a little bit back to normal on that. And let's see, I did a Forex trade last night, and I forgot to even look. Let's see, I was up 19 pips last night, which was pretty good. Right now I'm up, wow, I'm up 160 pips. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of money. 160 pips, that's the most I've been up in a long time. And that is on USD CAD. What a good call out I did for the group. So anybody that plays Forex got in this. The reason I got in it was I started looking at the dollar to see what it was doing and how it was playing against the Canadian dollar. So the USD is stronger than Canadian dollar, and that makes this go up. So with the dollar going up, that makes this go up. So I've got in that play. It bounced here, went up, come down, bounced, and I got in right there. Because when it bounced, I thought, it'll go. And I put a tight stop on it just in case it would drop out. Then it would just stop me out. But I am up 174.3 pips right now. That's pretty good money, guys. I think, I don't know if I want to sell that yet or not. So let's look at that. If we come back, if we draw a trend line from here, let's see how this works out. So I'm going to hold it until it gets right up here. That is, I'll probably sell it at 1.4305. I'll put a sell price in for that. Let me write that down. So whenever I get it off here, I'll put it in. That is I used my Spy Money pen. Thank you, Deb and Stacy. 143.05. 1.4305. Okay, so I'm going to put that sell in. For that, so whenever it gets up and hits it, it'll just go ahead and sell off. Shoot, I might even go ahead and sell it off now. That's really good money. Usually I try to get anywhere from 30 to 50 pips, and now we're 181.9 pips. So really good money. So as long as this keeps going up, I'm making money. And it's staying above this 15, so that's great. So that was live. You got to see where I am with that. I trade my Forex on Oanda. I do not use TOS on this because it messes with my margin with my future, so I keep it separate. And Oanda is actually a really good one to use. It's easy to use. So let's go to NQ. It's going to be the same as ES, dropping off, so it's just going to keep on selling. Where it's going to go is, if you're following the cues, you're going to keep on going. This was the bear flag. Right here was the pole. Here was the flag. And NQ looks to be, I haven't really done that one in fibs out because I usually just fib out ES, but you're going to be below 58.20 down below there. So if you're into the cues and stuff, let me know. I can start charting those out a little better. How much is in dollar amount? I don't give out that on YouTube, but I'll just say that it's a lot. It's a lot of money. So I did very well, and now I'm up to 186.4 pips. So it depends on your trade, how much you do in Forex. I think I don't trade small numbers on Forex, so I trade a lot larger numbers on it than I do with my others, because you have to use margin to really get to the dollar amount you want in order to make the money. But my trade make on this one will make more than what most people in our group are making per trade in what they're doing. And that's not a big trade. Not a big trade like someone making $10,000 or nothing. It's not that much, but it's a good trade. So we got the NQ, then we look at NG. NG is still in this channel here. It looks like it's popping up. I'd like to see NG actually take off and go, so that would be good. We hit that breaker, did we? Nope, still trading. Or you mean just to hit the breaker? Yeah, I don't know if it'll hit the breaker or not the way it's selling off. I mean, it's actually, I'd like to see it hit the breaker and just keep on going. That would be great, but I don't see it doing it. I think the feds are involved. So we did the natural gas there, showing it in that channel. That is actually kind of a bear flag as well. So you could look at it that way. So being in a bear flag, it looks like it bounced there. So what I might want to do is raise this up. And then if I pull this one down, so the way this is playing out, one person in our group asked if I ever change the trends. Of course I do. Sometimes I have them drawn out a little bit. This one actually works out better if I go off of this wick and it barely touches there and then barely touches here. And then if I come down here and bring this one up, yeah, right there. So this actually works out better than the way I had it. So as it plays out and touches, you can kind of move it around to make sure your patterns are correct. So that's how I do it. So we have our pole and we have our flag. That's a bear flag. I'd still like to see it going up. We'll just have to wait and see. Just because it shows a bear flag doesn't mean that it will pop out. 161 pips now. That's great. Then we go to VIX. VIX started going up last night. And as long as the market sells off, this is going to go up. We have puts on this April 1st. They're just going to expire worthless. It's not very much money, but you hate to lose money. But who would have thought a month ago or longer, I think it's been over a month, that the market would still be going down. I never would have dreamed it. So those were expired worthless. I've still had some longer ones. When this pops up, I'll probably do a lot longer on them because this is eventually going to come down. So then we have Walmart. Walmart staying on this channel, and Walmart has been going against the trend of the market. So I thought it would keep on going up, but as you can see, it's selling off with the market. Walmart just cannot make up its mind. A bunch of us have calls in this, and there's no rhyme or reason why Walmart does what it does, but Walmart is selling off on the shelves. You would think Walmart would just be going through the roof, and the investors know it. They've got earnings coming up. You would think the investors would be buying it up. This may go ahead and take off today, so I'm not really sure what Walmart's going to do because it's changed its course. It's not doing what it's been doing for the last 3 or 4 months. It's actually changed today. So I'm going to hold my calls. I may pick up some more longer term and see, play this out because Walmart's going to take off. And when the earnings comes out on the 19th, I think it is. Let's see, that's a dividend. That is on 5/19. When the earnings come out on Walmart, they are going to be huge. I'm up to 171 pips now. That's just great. So we look at TLT, the bonds, 20-year Treasury bond. It's actually going up because of what the market's doing. So that's one to keep an eye out. I'm short-term bullish on that. I want to find out for sure where I want to get in for puts on that. That's going to be a good one. And then let's look at, I'm not going to look at all these. I'm going to keep these videos short. I haven't looked at BA in a couple of days. BA started selling off. This is like a typical cup and handle. You have your cup right here, and then you have your handle. BA long term, I think it's going to be good. I'm really wondering where we're going to be with China after we get better and get our cure and everything. What we're going to do to China, because I can't imagine Trump allowing China to get away with what they've done. Biological warfare is not something to overlook. I'm sure that's what it is, and I don't know what they're going to do. I just can't imagine them letting China away with what they've done to the world. I can't imagine the whole world not doing something about it personally. ABT, that is the one that is making the 5-10 minute kits to check you for CV. Calls on this. It's dropping right now. I'm long on it, so I think when they come out with the announcement on, I think it's Friday, one of the members said that this is going to take off. So ABT I'm long on. Even if it drops down to here, I'll stay in it. I'll just keep buying more because ABT is going to take off, I'm pretty sure. Look at, see what else. Amazon. Drop down. Everything's kind of following the market right now, but this is short term, guys. This is not going to just keep on going forever. It's got to turn. So whenever it turns, it's going to be pretty good. And then, let's see. We'll do Disney, and then I'll look at ES and we'll call it a day. Disney's actually selling off, which is to be expected, shutting down their facilities, their amusement parks and stuff is, that's a 30% hit. And then the live stream, I'm sure they're picking up a lot, but they gave away that live stream to Verizon cell phone users. So if you have Verizon, you can get this, for free. Let's see here. Canceled. I don't know why those were canceled. I must not made good to cancel. So on these right here, that will eventually turn up, I think, Disney's long. Now let's look back at ES real quick and see where it is. See how it just dropped out? That's a 1 hour chart. If we come back to a 15-minute chart, look at that big old red candle. That is money. Money to me. If you're not in puts, you're sad right now. Me, I'm happy. I want this just to keep on going. And last night, I'm up $3,108.22 just from last night when I went to bed. This goes by midnight. That's when it resets. So midnight, I'm up roughly $3,200 just in this drop on futures. Not to count my equities. So like my SPY puts and my puts and other things, that's not counting that. That will not be counted until 9:30. So probably about 9:45 it'll be an accurate estimation. So I'm happy about it, and I think this is short term, guys. I think we need to stay focused on what we're supposed to, and that's being home, being with your family, taking safety precautions. I'm going to head to Walmart here in a minute and pick up a bunch of canned food and stuff. They opened at 7 this morning. I wanted to get this brief done before I headed out. It is just wash your hands and stuff. As soon as you get done in there, instead of rubbing on your face and stuff, just put some Purell on your hands and kill the germs and stuff, and just try not to touch too much, and walking down the aisles, make sure you don't rub against people or shake their hands or whatever. This is temporary. We can get back to shaking hands and stuff at a later date, but right now, until this gets settled down, just stay safe. The medical workers, one of my friends is a doctor, and it just worries me to death when she goes in to take care of patients and stuff in the hospital. It just worries me. She's safe. She dresses up. She wears the mask, the headgear, robes, or not robes, but the what do you call them, the gowns or whatever they're called, the scrubs. She wears all that stuff and keeps safe. So she's been doing it more than everybody else. They've been making fun of her, but she's still been doing it. And now they're all saying, well, we need to do that too. So be safe, guys, and please like, share, and subscribe, and let me know what you think about the video. If I need to cover any more, I've only got 2 likes on here, and I got a whole bunch of viewers on here. So give me some more likes and get some more subscribers for me. I will see you guys in the Discord chat. If you're not a member, please sign up at the link below, and you can learn more about how we trade. Go green.